Good evening, friends, families, and curious onlookers. It is time again for the Think Tank with Spencer Keck here. So, if you haven't noticed or heard, the Wall Street Journal, that's Rupert Murdoch, is currently fighting with the president. This is interesting because now they're making some comments about laissez faire commerce. And that also means laissez faire government that don't align with the thoughts of Ronald Reagan, who extolled this in the first place and force fed this to us in the 80s. Well, let's think about it. Laissez faire, that means hands off. Hands off my economy, hands off my commerce, hands off the government. Let the free market do whatever it wants. It's always right, and things will fall a line in the end, right? Everything will work out if you just let the market take care of itself and don't play around in it. Well, is it working out? The destruction of a trade war is mutually assured, according to the Wall Street Journal. So, mutually assured mass destruction is what the Wall Street Journal means. Happens whenever you have a tariff trade war like we've got now. Now, Treasury Secretary Scott Bennett has said America holds all the cards in this tariff card game that we're playing, and that the rest of the world needs us to buy stuff from them. Well, as I said not long ago, please tell that to the soybean farmers, which is one of our largest crops here in America and here in Kentucky. Tell that to the farmers who now have no one that needing to buy their soybeans. There's not enough of us eating tofu here in America to sell as much soy as we produce. Because that huge country that eats a lot of it, they're not buying it. That 20% tariff, I said, you know what? We'll go get it from our friends, Brazil, India, wherever else they can buy it from. That's where they're buying it from. And our farmers are hurting because of this. So, who really holds the cards? Hmm, that's what I'd like to know. You know, this laissez faire attitude about government and commerce, looking at everything, saying, hey, we need to minimally or not at all restrict commerce, and people should be able to sell at whatever price the market will bear. And anytime and who they can do it, and sell who they can do it to, basically shaft anyone if they want to, if that's what the market will bear. Well, the market's not bearing it. And people overseas aren't taking our current shaft, if we haven't noticed. I know that our Kentucky farmers have noticed. Now, this was supposed to help save our farmers, supposedly. That's what a certain genius said, was that, farmers would love it. Well, farmers now are not in love with this. But it's funny is that laissez-faire government, meaning government that doesn't do anything, then all it becomes is performative. So what do we have in Texas recently? Oh, they decided that the New York strip steak, that delicious cut of steak, the Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has urged his state legislature to pass a resolution to rename that steak. That should now be called the Texas strip steak. Ooh, because that really helps out the farmers, right? So much so. Just changing a name reminds me of when the war in Iraq was about to kick off. The folks who immediately came to our aid at that time were France, England, NATO, but they were willing to go with us into Afghanistan, and they did. I remember seeing a ship float by us, a French ship that had a banner said, "We are here for you. We stand by you and with you." But just a few years later, what did the president decide to do then? Oh, yeah, let's go invade Iraq. They didn't attack us on 9/11, but got something we want. So let's come up with a reason to go attack them. They gave us this lie about that yellow cake uranium, and off we went, ignoring where the real attackers had come from, Afghanistan. And we went off into a quagmire that we stayed in for far too long in both countries because while we were over gallivanting around in Iraq at the cost of many American lives, but at the benefit and profit of some real good businessmen in the US. Oh, Halliburton, Kellogg Brown and Root, to name many, many more, made a lot of money off that Iraq debacle. And while we were in Iraq, neglecting Afghanistan, Taliban regrouped. And what happened? When we finally went back there to pay attention, that quagmire was unstoppable. Well, that's because everything is performative when you've got a laissez faire, meaning a hands off government. So they'll go around and change the names of things. Because, like, when our French allies didn't want to go into Iraq, they knew it was going to happen. And they knew that we should not ignore the fight in Afghanistan where we had really been attacked on 9/11. So, what did the Congress decide to do at the time? The GOP? They decided, oh, we're going to rename French fries and call them freedom fries because that vote, that time spent on campaigning for that in the US Congress, it was so important during that war against terrorism. That really helped me on the battlefield to fight terrorism, knowing that back in Congress, they weren't eating French fries anymore. By God, they were eating freedom fries. Yeah. Yeah. That really helped me put on the tourniquets to people that lost their leg and hands on the battlefield that I had to take care of. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the performative arts that you have now made our government. When it's all hands off, how little can you do has become the goal. And it's showing up right now. You don't do anything, and then you get all excited and want to point the fingers when it comes time to get a new budget so that you can do nothing again. And so you can take away money for vets, take away the healthcare options for vets, take away healthcare for the poor and the needy, take away lunch for starving kids in school. Oh, let's get your performance on though. Oh, but you know what you do have money for? Giving billions right now to Argentina, the only country we're giving any foreign aid to. Hmm, that's interesting. You do have money to give to the insurrectionists that attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Oh, we're going to pay them money now? Oh, yes, we are. It's been said. We're doing it. Wow. That's a real liberation from tyranny, you know? So, what is the other performative governance that we do when we're not really governing? Oh, yeah, we liberate us from the tyranny of water pressure in the showers. Now the president has made it to where supposedly you're going to get higher pressure water in your shower head. Oh, thanks. I'll remember that when I can't afford my water bill anymore because you cut off the government money and you wouldn't vote for a budget. Thanks for your performative governance, which is no governance, but you're acting like that's something. Laissez faire, by the end of the word, is laziness, inaction, inability to roll up your sleeves and do what we vote for our leaders to do: govern, vote on real meaningful things, not change in the name of steaks and not change the name of fried potatoes, not pretending like you're making my shower better. Please, we can do better. We need better. Farmers in this nation need better. You have trashed the only market for soy. I'm sorry. I don't like to eat soy burgers. I rarely will eat tofu. Maybe I'll throw some on a salad if I'm at a salad bar somewhere once in a while and feeling spunky. Need to spice it up with something that has no spice to it. It's bland. Tofu, soy. Yeah. But let's hurt those people that we have demanded grow a monoculture of soy, corn, just a few other grains that, it'd be really nice if we could have some more tomatoes growing in these farms, maybe have some more healthy vegetables, well rounded, not just feeding us all cow food, which what corn and soy really are. But what do I know? I'm just a old vet who's seen a bit and really wants to see my community here in Hardin County, which is suburban and rural. Wonderful combination of two. But I know that the soybean farmers in this county could really use a great market, and that market's been trashed. I don't know if there's enough Japanese people, I think they're still our allies, to buy all that soy surplus that we have now. But hopefully, some real innovators will step up and help us because we need it. We don't need any more performative government. We need real people with real work and the real ability to get out and do something. No more of this hands off. Well, I'm sorry, tariffs aren't hands off. That's not even laissez faire. You might try to cloak it as being hands off, laissez faire, but that's as elbows deep as you can get into an economy, playing with tariffs, playing a performative trade war that's not doing diddly but hurting farmers, hurting the folks who are some of the hardest working in this nation. Get up at hours that I swore I never would after I did a bunch of alfalfa cutting in Montana. But of course, then I went in the military and still did get up real early. But how many people besides farmers in the military really want to get up at the crack of dawn to be at work way before anyone in an office is? Only farmers. And now we're shafting them. Come on, man. Let's take care of our neighbors. All right. All right, y'all. There's got to be a solution, but it's definitely not hands off. And it's definitely not tampering in ways that drive our market into the ground and drive away the only people who really want to buy soy. Thank y'all. Let's love each other, love one another, love our neighbors as ourselves, and take care of one another because we are our brothers and sisters' keeper. Have a great night.